In a business workflow, time is everything. Maybe to calculate the payment cycle, the project delays, the complex deadlines, and for many more. And even a simple date format can decide whether your automation is going to be a success or it is a failure. And when your workflow crosses multiple time zones, the complexity multiplies. Don't worry about that. Today we are going to gain the full control, and welcome to the next lesson where we will be learning all about the date and time in Power Automate Desktop. And in this lesson, we will be learning everything related to the date, time and time zone with practical examples. Let's jump directly to the course. Let's open Power Automate and create a new flow and call it DateTime flow. The first thing we are going to learn is how to define a date. A date can be defined in multiple ways. The first thing we are going to learn is how to create a date variable using a simple set variable function. We are calling it as myDate, and let us give a date as 5th October 2025. So in this case, if you notice, it has created a date, but it is a text value. As we said earlier, Power Automate automatically recognizes the date even if it is defined as a text variable. To check whether it is considering it as a date, we are going to use a simple text function. If you remember our variables lesson, we have already used it. I am converting this and I am using myDate as my input string, and I am formatting it as custom and calling it as dd 4ems and yy. Now if you run it, it has considered the myDate as a date and it has formatted it and it has given an output this way. Okay. Sometimes you may need to define it as a date variable. So let us learn how to define a date variable. For that also we will be using the same set variable function and call it as myDate variable, and here you need to follow a particular format. I use %d, that means it's a date function. Within the double quote, you first define your year 2025, then you define your month, maybe we will take it as 10th month, and then you define your date, maybe 25, and close the bracket and finish everything with a percentage once again. Now if you run it, you may find the difference. The myDate, what we have already defined, is a text. But now myDate variable, which we have defined as a date variable, is a date variable. It is coming with a different icon. So whether this can be used for the same kind of formatting, we will see. Let us go to the text action and then convert DateTime to a text. I am selecting my date variable and I am using custom, and here what I would do is y hyphen mmm and my t. It is formatted date 2 is the variable it has generated. This is the formatted date 2. It has come out with a new format what we have defined. Suppose if you want the current date, there are cases where you may need to use the current date instead of any specific value. We already have an action in the date group that is called get current date and time. In this, you can either retrieve the current date only or you can retrieve the current date and time. For now, let us take the date only, and then you have to choose the time zone. We will learn about the time zone little later. For now, let us leave it as system time zone. So we will leave the variable name as current time zone itself, and Let me delete all these things so that we are getting a very clear picture. And if you run, you will get the current date as it is available in your system. And if you notice, it is coming with a time called 00000, which is 12 a.m. If I choose, instead of date only, if I choose the current date and time and run, you will get the current time too. So this is the time at which I am recording this particular video. In addition to this, there is one more way by which you can define a date or datetime. For example, when the flow is running, you want the user to select the date and time or enter the date and time. How do you do that? So you have that feature already available in your message action group. You have something called select date dialog. So if you open the select date dialog, you have a dialog option. And the dialog type has two methods. Either you can allow the user to enter a single date, or they can enter a range of date, maybe from date and to date. For now, let us go with a single date. And similarly, you have an option to enter only the date or the date and time. Let us go with the date only. And the default value, you can define a default value if needed. For example, I am giving the default value as 1st April 2026. So when the system is prompting, by default this date will come, and then if the user wants, they can change it. And if you notice, it produced a variable called selected date. For now, let us call it as from date. And if you run and see, it has produced a date picker control in which we have defined the default as 1st April 2026. So it has come over there. If you want, you can either edit it. If I give 5, automatically it becomes May, or you have an option to choose from a calendar control 2 and press OK. So if you notice here, the from date, it has got changed based on what I have selected. So the next option, if you go deep into it, we said that it has an option to select a single date or a date range. So if I select the date range, if you come below, the first change you are finding is the variable produced, it is created another one variable also called second selected variable. Let me change it to date. And if I further say this, you have an option to define the default value for the first date, that is from date, select date, and you have an option to define the default value for the second date also. Let me call it as 15th May 2026. I am using this word APR or MAY, the short name of the month, just to make sure that we are understanding it. You can, if you want, you can define it as 042. Power Automate automatically recognizes it. Instead of date only, you will say date and time too. Now if you run, the selector becomes 2. So the first is 1st April, that is what the default we are given, and you have option to define the time. Either you can type it yourself, or you can move the cursor to the hour or minute or second, and then you can increase or decrease. Similarly, here also you have an option to change it either by selecting through the calendar or giving the number what you want. I am just changing it to 3. It has become March. If you look at, it has provided you the from date, and it has provided you the to date too. We have a from date and to date. I want to know the difference in days between the from date and to date. So how can we do that? So you have a feature in the dates group called subtract dates. Just drag it over here and select the from date from where you want to calculate. I will say to date because that is a higher date, and the subtract date I am selecting the from date, and I want to find the number of days between them. So I am choosing the days. Otherwise you can choose the hours or minutes or seconds too. For now, let us find the difference in days. I run it. I am leaving it this way. The selected date, the from date is 1st April 2026, and the second date, the to date is 15th May 2026, and I say OK. So if you look at the result, so it has calculated the difference between these two as 44 days. Now in the similar way, if I have to find the difference in hours between two variables, between two date times, I say OK. Let me run it. Let's assume this is 10 a.m. on 1st of April. This I make it the 2nd of April. This is 15 hours. Let us run it. So it has calculated the difference between these two in the number of hours between these two, and it has provided you the result. Okay, now we found the difference between two dates or two time. Let's assume I am having an invoice, and the invoice has a credit policy of 30 days. I want to find the payment due date. How can I do it? Let us delete this for now. Let's assume the current date and time is what is the invoice date. To add a day or an hour or a month or a year, for everything we are having an action called add to DateTime. So I am going to add it to the current DateTime and add, for example, 30 days, and the time unit is days, and let us call it as due date. And if you run it, it's calculated a value called after 30 days, means it is today is 8th of June. So it says that you have to pay it on 8th of July, and the time also. And you can, it is not only that you can add the days, but you can add months also. Let's assume I have 1 month as the payment credit period, and if I run, let's produce the result as 8th of July. When we were getting the current date and time, one other thing which we skipped is about the time zone. The Power Automate works only on the local system. So by default, it uses the system time zone, that is to which time zone your system is configured. There are many cases where you may need to convert the date or time from one time zone to another time zone. For example, the UTC, Coordinated Universal Time, is a standard which is used by most of the servers, and whenever you are getting the logs or any other update using the Power Platform, another thing, the system always uses the UTC format. But unfortunately, Power Automate doesn't have a function to convert from one time zone to another time zone. So we need to use only the features like add DateTime or subtract dates to convert the date from one time zone to another time zone. Let us take one example. So we have the current date and time, and instead of system time zone, I am using Windows time zone. By default, it is taking the coordinated universal time, that is a UTC time. And now if I run, the current daytime is coming as 11:55. Time in India. So in India, the time difference between the UTC and the Indian Standard Time is 5 hours 30 minutes. So India is ahead by 5 hours 30 minutes. So if I have a UTC time and I need to convert it to the local standard time, the Indian Standard Time, so what I need to do is I need to add 5 hours 30 minutes. Let's assume I'm converting it into the minutes. So it is equal to 330 minutes I need to add so that I'm getting the local time in IST. So now if I run it, current date time in UTC is 11:56:59 a.m. and the current calculated time in IST is 5 hours 26 minutes 59 minutes. That's almost equal to the current time we run a minute ago. And that's all we have for the date and time manipulation in Power Automate Desktop. In the next video, let us see another challenge. Until then, bye bye.